I'm Jaime Monsen, health coach here at PartnerMD, and I'm here to talk to you about how coaching can help you have long-term success when it comes to weight loss. If that is something that you have struggled with over time, stay tuned because I want to walk you through some points and some ideas that coaching can be helpful. So here at PartnerMD, we do have coaches at all of our facilities to help guide you and your lifestyle goals. So some things to think about when it comes to coaching. The really nice thing here with our office is that it's all personalized approach. So what that actually means when it comes to personalized approach is we're going to take the individual into account. I'm going to look at where are you in your life? Are you younger and you're in college? Are you starting a family? Are you retired? So it's really important that we can sit down and actually look at where you are in your life. What kind of goals do you have set for you coming up, meaning 5 years, 10 years, etc. So we can kind of look at where your overall goals. Everyone's going to come in here, and what I say is your end goal is going to be different. So it's not a cookie cutter approach. I want to know you. I want to know what you're into. What do you want in mind for your future? And so personalized planning can kind of help you, take all of the noise that's out here and kind of calm it down and make a sensible approach for you. Along these lines, we really need to look at behavioral changing. So behavioral coaching is going to be part of this long-term success for you. As we know, we're all inundated with a lot of stress. We may have things like emotional eating. You may find in certain environments that you're thrown off on your personal goals. It could be things like vacation, it could be work, and it could be some things that we need to sit down and talk about of how are we going to look at this and come up with a solution. So we want to acknowledge what's going on, see how you respond, and implement new patterns and new changes. And that's where coaching can come in. Behavioral coaching can also be in mindset, which I'll talk a little bit about. So it's sometimes seeing things a little differently, but sometimes it's getting down to the root cause and understanding what you're doing and seeing what you're doing in order for us to make changes. So, weight loss takes time. And so we need to go through the seasons of life to allow you to see what's going on and where you've had obstacles so that we can make better paths for you. Some other things to consider is, of course, education and skill building. I call this your toolbox. So I really want people to get equipped with things, meaning anything could kind of come in and then you can kind of learn to sit back and come up with a better game plan. So it's like when I go on vacation, how do we approach vacation? How can I strategize when I go out to a client dinner? Or I have to go to New York for a work trip, and what is that going to look like for me? The education and getting those skills set in are great. And again, mindset's going to come in here again because we need to set out the right expectation. But we also want to build you with some basic tools of education of when you eat this, it does what to your body? What causes inflammation? What causes your blood sugar to rise? Are you aware of that? And these are the tools that are going to be needed for long-term success so you're not constantly yo-yo and repeating all the time. The biggest thing I've ever heard here is accountability and support. So we can all kind of drift a little bit. And then when we don't have anybody to really report to, we'll go off on our own and not really look. So, I call it your head is buried in the sand. We need to keep an eye on what we're looking for, keep an eye on that long-term goal. But in the meantime, we're looking at these short, intermittent goals so that we keep moving forward. And sometimes within the support, it's also giving you an opportunity to see where your victories are. Many of my patients don't see their wins. So that constant support and constant reflecting, and it might go back to some of the things we talked about. We got to go back to some coaching tools. We need to maybe build a couple more skills. We need to look at where you are mindset, which is the next point. Mindset is huge. We need to have a healthy relationship with food. And many of us use the 4-letter word, diet. So we already have a correlation to food that these foods are bad for me. And so getting rid of that mentality of the all or nothing and really learning that I'm going to eat certain foods majority of the time, and I'm going to have some playtime too. And that's your lifestyle management, because then we're going to go back to your personalized planning. So we really need to look at what that looks like. So you're not sitting here doing a program because you think you need to have some beach body Hollywood figure, which is, again, not a realistic expectations. And we kind of go in for this crazy overhaul rather than gradually making improvements, gradually cleaning things up, adding some healthy things in your life. And with this mindset, when it comes to coaches, we allow you to see these victories. These are huge victories. And with all of that, ultimately what we're doing is building habits and routines. So we want to make you as much as a consistent person in your choices as possible. This takes time. Yes, we've all heard the 21 days to fix a habit or build a new routine. I would argue a little bit longer because I call it the seasons of life. You can call it the seasons of the weather. So each time of the year is going to bring in something new. And with this toolbox that we're building for you, we will strategize how to get you through. So I really think it's really important to keep in touch ongoing with your coaches throughout the year so you can strategize things. So this is where coaching comes in, because throughout the year, throughout your life is unpredictable. You need help with this. Coaches are here to sort of settle the storm down because you're overwhelmed with so many things that you think you should be doing, rather than kind of learning some things and some habits and good tools to help you successful in the now. So this is kind of how coaches can assist you. So a lot of moving pieces, as you can see, to help out. Drop in a comment below, follow our YouTube channel for more information and great insight on more specifics, because once you actually work with a coach, we'll dive into what does nutrition mean? What does exercise mean? How do we make your metabolism better? All of those great things. Cognitive coaching and behavioral coaching is going to be different from person to person, of course, depending on where you are, what we're doing, and how you may or may not be struggling. So that's going to be different for each person. So let me know what you think. Drop in any questions. My name is Jaime Monsen. I'm the coach at our Midlothian PartnerMD office, and thanks for tuning in today.